Tell me about yourself. We have all come across this question, especially in job interviews. In this week's edition of My Speaker Secrets, I want to give you tips that can help you respond to this question. Tips that will help you be very impactful in your response when this question is asked to you. It is one of the simplest questions amongst the interview questions that you will receive, yet it is one of the most complicated questions that you have to respond to. You have to be careful that when this question is asked, you respond to it in a manner that sets the tone for the rest of the interview in a positive manner. Recently, a friend of mine called me. She was having a job interview, and we were having discussions on how she was supposed to tackle this particular question. And it motivated me to put together this video that highlights some important elements that can help you in putting together your response. So the first one is for you to tailor your message to the role that you have applied for. This also encompasses knowing your audience. What is the company about? What are the values of the company? And what are some of the missions that this company has set forth for its growth? The second thing that you have to do is to tailor your message in a chronological manner as well as in a topical or logical manner. Doing this will help you be more organized as you are sharing your information. It will also be easy for the panelists to follow through the things that you have done that make you the best candidate for this particular role. The third thing that you have to do is for you to be present in the interview, be passionate, and remember to practice your responses. Let us now get into the details of these three principles that I have shared with you. The first one is for you to tailor your message to the role that you have applied for. This also involves you knowing your audience. In this case, your audience is the company that you intend to join as part of your professional growth. Now, in tailoring your response to the role, you will realize that there's certain information about you that may not necessarily be applicable, may not be valuable to the role that you have applied for. This will help you not to mumble, not to talk about things that are not relevant to the role. It is important for you to tailor your response to this question because this is the question that sets the tone for the interview. Focus on the positives, meaning focus on the things that add value to the role that you have applied for, things that will contribute to the success of this particular organization. Let's move on to the second principle. And the second principle is a topic that we will probably cover in future speaker series, but for now, I will focus on two important ways of organizing your information that can be very, very helpful to you as you respond to this question. Organize your response in a logical and topical manner, as well as organize your information in a chronological pattern. This means as you explain what you are currently doing, who you are, what you are an expert in, focus on talking about your experience separately and in a chronological manner. And you can now move on to your educational background. And in presenting the information about your educational background, make sure that you are also chronological as you explain those details. The moment you're talking about your work experience, then you're jumping to your educational background and then jumbling up dates with regards to where you studied, when you graduated, when you joined company A, company B, or company C. You are most likely to lose your panel. Therefore, it is important for you to basically talk about what you're doing, who you are, what you're passionate about with regards to your profession, and the things that you currently do that contribute to the growth of the current institution you're working for. If you are a consultant, this can still apply and can add value to your response. And then share a bit about your experience that is relevant to the role that you applied for. Do that in a chronological pattern, and then talk about your educational background. And as you talk about your educational background, make sure you are chronological when sharing that information. Remember that the panel has most likely read your CV, and running through your entire CV may not necessarily be a good idea. So you want to focus on some of the things that are relevant to the role, things that make you ideal for the job that you have applied for. And then finally, the third step is for you to be present. Speak up, sit up straight, be in the interview. And as you talk about yourself, as you talk about your experience, be passionate about what you're talking about. Because if you're going to be responding to the questions in a manner that comes off as if you're uninterested or scared and not confident, you are likely to be at the bottom of the list of the most preferred candidates. The final thing is for you to practice your response. Many of us make a mistake because we want to wing the response to this question. We avoid practicing our response, and this may be detrimental to our growth and to our presentation in that particular interview. Be deliberate, practice your response, record yourself speaking. Do this exercise. You'll be amazed with the results that you will achieve. Answer this question, record it, set aside the recording for 30 to 45 minutes. After an hour, listen to yourself and observe whether what you said makes you feel happy, whether what you said was powerful and was something that would enhance relevant follow-up questions, things that would make your interview interesting. So these are some of the things that you can do to help you respond to that question. Do not forget to do your background research on the company, the role that you're applying for, understanding your audience and tailoring your responses to the message that may be deemed as valuable. Make sure that you organize your information in a chronological pattern and in a topical manner. And most importantly, be present, be passionate, and always remember to practice. My name is Patience Chisanga-Mayer, your public speaking and branding trainer. Thank you so much for watching this video. If you found it very useful, do subscribe to my YouTube channel. Share it within your networks. Let's build our community. I am available to respond to any questions that you may have. I do have training programs that I share with various individuals and organizations across the world. So do subscribe, get in touch via info@patiencchisanga.com. And I'll be more than glad for us to get talking. Goodbye for now.